everybody, welcome to Pam's Cutting Board. So this is Christmas Eve. So I'm not sure when this video I'll get it edited and uploaded and out to you guys, but it might even be after Christmas. But I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and spend it with family if you can. Wayne and I are spending just a quiet little Christmas day together. Of course, his family, most of those are passed away. My family, they're married, they have children and a lot of grandchildren, and in some cases great grandkids that's going to be coming to visit them at their home, and we're welcome to go with them, but I kind of feel like I'm being a little bit intrusive. So I know it wouldn't bother my siblings, but I just feel like kind of, that's their time. And so we'll be spending it here by ourselves, just me and him. We're going to have a very small dinner. I bought just a tiny little ham, but I asked Wayne, I said, what do you want for dessert? And he said he wanted a banana pudding. I haven't made a banana pudding in probably over a year. So I don't make them very often, but that's what he requested. So that's what we're going to try to make. So I'm going to turn you guys down and I'm going to show you how I make my banana pudding. Okay, we're going to start out with 2/3 a cup of granulated sugar. 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. 'Till recently, I would make my pudding on the stove in a saucepan, bring all this up to temperature and let it get thickened like that. Now you'll notice I'm making it in a bowl. I'm going to put it in the microwave and make it. Now, used to, I did put it in a saucepan, put it on the stove and let it get thick, overheat like that. But recently, I learned to do it in the microwave, and it's a lot easier and it's a lot faster. And so that's how I do it now. Okay, we want 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, so just a pinch. And that just kind of brings out the sweet flavor. It don't really make it savory. Now we want 2 1/4 of a cups of whole milk. Now, what I like to do instead of whole milk, I like to substitute this. And this is evaporated milk, and it's 12 fluid ounces. So I'm going to fill the rest of this up to make 2 1/4 cups of milk with actually whole milk. So 12 ounces of it will be evaporated milk. The rest of it will be whole milk. I guess what I'm trying to say is you want 2 1/4 cups of whole milk or of liquid. That looks about right. And I'll have the recipe written in the description box. Now I'm just going to whisk this up really good. Okay, I'm going to get my egg yolks. Lost my egg yolks. Got 2 egg yolks. Once this is whisked up really well, I'm going to put it in my microwave for 3 minutes. We'll get it out, stir it up again, put it back in for another 3 minutes, and that should do it. That should be thick at that point. Then once it comes out, I'm going to add me some butter and some vanilla. Then we want it to cool down a little bit. And while it's cooling, I'll layer my pan with cookies and bananas. Okay. Let's put it in the microwave. I got it back out because I forgot to put my cream cheese in. This is a 8-ounce block of cream cheese. Now we'll put it back in the microwave. I did this for 6 minutes. 3 first time, stirred it, and then another 3 and got it out. And it wasn't thick enough, so I put it back in the microwave for another 2 minutes. And then I checked it, and I thought it was a little too thick because I want it to run down through my pudding, my cookies, and my bananas. So I added about another 1/3 of milk. And if yours gets too thick, you can do that. You can add a little bit more milk. Probably 1 more minute in the microwave and it would have been perfect. But I cooked it probably a minute too long. Okay, now you're going to need some vanilla. 1½ teaspoons. This is a ½ teaspoon measure, so I'll need 3 of these. But after you get it out of the microwave and it's completely thickened and done, then you add the butter, excuse me, and the vanilla. And you do need to kind of stir it up and get that cream cheese incorporated good. I'm going to get a spoon and taste test it. That's good. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. We need the pudding to cool a little bit. You want some vanilla wafers. You want to reserve a few cookies because I'll crush those up and put them on top just for decoration. And you just layer them in your pan. This is a small pan because it's just me and Wayne. And if I have any pudding left over, we can just eat it. Kind of like as a bowl of pudding. You'll want to get a good layer down. Let's see, where's my bananas? And you want your bananas fairly ripe. You don't want the bananas real soft. These are actually a little bit too soft. So it's got a spot in it. Let's cut that out. And you just cut them in little discs. I don't know why Wayne decided on banana pudding. I would have thought he would want it maybe a butterscotch pie. But this is what he requested, so this is what he's getting. It'll probably take four bananas, I would say. Probably should have cut these up and put a little lemon juice on there. That would have kept them from turning. I think that's all I'm going to put on that layer. I personally would rather just have the cookies and the pudding. Now when this gets done, after it cools really, really good, I've got some heavy whipping cream. I'll take some of that off. And I'll mix it up with a little bit of sugar and layer it on top. Some people do meringue. We're not big meringue people with our pudding. We both like the whipped topping. And usually I just use the tub of whipped topping, but because it's the holiday and it's a special occasion, I'm going to go the extra mile and make my own whipped topping. Now, if you wanted your custard a little more sweeter, you certainly could probably add instead of 2/3, like a whole cup of sugar. Now, my mom, she loved the pudding warm. For me, I'd rather have it sit. I like to let it sit overnight and let those cookies get soft. To me, that's the best way. Because the cookies, the longer it sits in the fridge, they'll absorb the liquid from this pudding. Now, you want to do it again. I usually make, I make 2 layers. I'll have to measure this pan. This is kind of a small pan. You could certainly double the recipe and do a 9 by 13 if you had a big family. Add a few more cookies. I like cookies. Hey, when you're cooking, you make your own rules. I think probably one more banana will work. What we'll use, let's be. If I'd use another banana, it'd be 3. I think that'd be plenty. We're doing just a small little dinner. I bought a small ham. I think I'll do some scalloped potatoes. maybe some fried cabbage, a little bit of bacon, and some rolls and a banana pudding. That will be plenty for us. So that took, what, 3 bananas? 3 or 4? Which was it? Banana pudding is really easy. And if you are hosting Christmas dinner and you have a lot to cook, go ahead and use your whipped topping. Buy it from the store. Use the help you can. I mean, if you are cooking a lot, then try to use as much help as you can from the store. But, like for me, I'm not doing a lot of cooking, so I can make the topping homemade. It's not that much more work. The homemade topping is better, though, I will tell you. So if you're taking a dish somewhere, go the extra mile. But if you're hosting and you're swamped and you're doing about 1,000 different side dishes and desserts, make it easy on yourself. I was going to tell you with the times in the microwave, depending on what size your microwave is, you might have to play around a little bit with the time. But it should be pretty close. It shouldn't take a long time. If I done it on the stove, I would probably be standing there about 15 minutes waiting for this custard to thicken. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to let this, I'm going to put it in the fridge and let it cool really well. Then I'm going to bring you guys back and we're going to do a whipped topping and put on top. And I will crush up my little cookies and sprinkle those on top. And we'll have a beautiful, beautiful dessert. Okay. My pudding is cooled down. Actually, I've had it in the fridge about 30 minutes. Just so once you put this whipped topping on it, you don't want it to melt. You want it completely cool. I've crushed a few cookies up to go on top. This is just heavy whipping cream. And it's 2 cups, 16 ounces. Okay. And I'm just going to whip it. This has just been a few minutes. It's starting to get right where you want it. So this has just been maybe 2 minutes. You can see it's thick. But now, this doesn't taste very good. It needs a little bit of flavor added to it. So I'm going to do about a half teaspoon vanilla. And we'll do about a quarter cup of sugar. I probably should have done about half of that container. I started to stop at half, and then I was like, I'll put it all in there. Now I'm regretting that. We want to stop before it turns into butter. Because if you keep whipping this, it will turn into butter. Let me take a bite and see if that's sweet enough. Okay. Like I said, some people like meringue. You could certainly do that at this point. You wouldn't even have to put it in the fridge if you did meringue. Just whip you up some egg whites. Put it on here. Pop it back in the oven for a few minutes till the meringue kind of browns. But I don't know. I don't like meringue. I love meringue in my pies, but I don't like it in my banana pudding. This is going to be good. I haven't had one of these in so long.
My darling has done something wonderful.
You better eat up, because it might be another year before you get it.
No, I'm going to request that for a birthday cake.
Oh, hurry.
Yes, my darling. Especially after that little bit of a proper word for it, filling.
The pie filling, or custard, I guess.
Yeah. Man, that was delicious. Vanna said it was good.
Did she?
Yeah, I took my finger after I got through and wiped the bowl real good with it and let her lick it off my finger. Yeah, she just jumped right up and down, bought it. Said, man, that's good there.
You want to bite?
Yeah. Hey everybody. I was out there looking for Santa Claus, and he said he might have to take a plane. It's awful cold out there. Yeah, tell the kids that for me.
That may be a little too much Cool Whip. Or not Cool Whip, it's heavy whipping cream. Or whipped topping, I guess. Oh, maybe I can get it right.
It's never enough.
I think that's a little too much. I probably should have just done about half of that container.
Let's see. Thank you. Here, baby. Here, Mama.
Clean it up a little bit.
Does that taste good, Emily? I let her lick it off my finger. Then not use the spoon. When it goes in my mouth.
Okay, I'm going to take a few of these cookies. I just crushed them up with my hand.
Oh man, that's a Let's add a touch. Right?
No, I always do this.
Huh?
Yep.
I guess I'm so busy eating, I just don't notice.
I always decorate it a little bit with the leftover cookies.
Is that walnut?
Oh, it's the leftover cookies.
I'm for real. Okay. It looks like walnuts.
So there you go, guys. At least let it sit for a couple of hours. And let the cookies kind of soak up until they get a little bit soft, like cake-like. But this is going to go in the fridge all night, and then it'll be for Christmas dinner.
Hey, got some good tea. Better pudding. We're looking for Santa Claus.
Is he going to leave you a gift or coal?
He probably won't even leave me cold. I'm not being real deserving. We went to the hospital to pray for a young man who was involved in a motorcycle accident, and he needs your prayers. Subscribe, please, if you've not already, and check, because we've had some subscribers tell us they got unsubscribed. Don't know how it happens, but it does happen. Remember our prayer book. Pray on every prayer request that's given in. We put it in our prayer book. And remember, and ask God to move on those needs. If you have a prayer request, send them in with the comments. And we'll pray, and we depend on you guys praying. Pray for the show, watch videos, share videos. Bernice, I think, in Canada, share your videos with it for us. But we love you guys. Feel like we know you. See you next time on the cutting board.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, have a big time. Merry Christmas.